All right, it's Bill here. Here's my thoughts on Game 2. Leafs beat the Capitals 3-2. All right, well, I'm a little late on this video because, frankly, I didn't watch it live. I was playing darts. And I came home and I was able to watch the third period live, and I spent today going back through the first two periods. Result is good, 3-2. Can't complain about the result. The effort, it couldn't have been worse. Like, you can't be any worse than the game one. It's not possible to have a worse effort than what was shown out there, because, like, if you took a step and actually tried, you were better than game one. However, it's interesting because typically I give my reaction right after the game. I watch it. I don't listen to pundits. I don't listen to nonsense. I don't listen to announcers who think they you know what they did. They looked at the scoreboard and said, okay, I got the game here. Jan Rock had a goal, or Kalyan Rock had a goal, so he must have had a fantastic game. Look at Matthews. Matthews got the game winner. What a great game. I swear to God, that's how they do their analysis on the game. They look at the scorecard. I watched the game. So here's my thoughts. Sloppy. The sloppiness that was in the Montreal game was the same sloppiness that I saw in this game. Sloppy with the puck. The pinches, outrageous. They didn't change the play at all. They might have, and I wouldn't even say they executed any better. I think they just got a bounce. Third goal was a bounce. Same turnovers, same nonsense at the blue line. It didn't change. Watch the game. I will say this. Here's what I liked. Matthews threw a ton of great hits. Anyone else on the team throw one? Matthews threw a couple of buttes. Muzzin had a hit. I'll give him that. He threw a hit. But let's take a look at the goals. First of all, Tavares scores on the power play. Nice pass. I mean, he missed it and went off his foot after he directed it. I don't even know what they were talking about. Directed off his foot. I mean, he shot it off his stick onto the foot. It's not like he directed it in the net. It's a goal, but it's a power play goal. What are you going to do? Come on, it wasn't like a silky play. That's the one thing about the Leafs that just makes me so upset. Really, it's Nylander's the king of it, but then you got Marner and you go down the line. You're looking for the greatest play in the history of NHL hockey. Don't. Take the play that's in front of you. A shot on net with a rebound is perfect. Nylander, I'll get into that in just a sec. It drives me crazy about him, but okay, it's a nice goal. And then right after that, giveaway after giveaway. There was one shift in the first period, and I couldn't believe it. I counted 5 straight turnovers. 5. It's the fourth line, too. It's the hyphen line with Kampf. And I forget the D. I think it might have been Riley and Brody. They couldn't stop turning the puck over. It was a hot potato. I don't want it. You have it. I don't want it. You have it. Oh, you have it. Shoot it. And just shake your head, and then it leads to a breakdown in the defensive zone. And really, it was Riley on this one. The guy, if a guy's coming at you, I don't know what Riley was doing. He was kind of, I don't know what to do. I'm just going to kind of get as small as possible, and maybe I'll bat the puck out of the air with my stick. Go at the guy. Go directly towards him, and that play doesn't happen. The first goal does not happen if Riley goes right at the guy skating to the net. That's all I have to do. You're going to block the pass. You've got pads. He's trying to bat stuff out of the air. And it was Brody. Brody was late getting to Dowd. It all started with an offensive turnover at the blue line. The same nonsense, 1-0 or 1-1. And I'm just thinking, God. Now, again, I watched the third period first live before I saw the first two periods. So it's kind of tough to watch a game that way because I don't already know what happened. But if I was watching this live, I would have gone, the same old crap show over again. And let's get to the second goal. There were 3 turnovers at the blue line before Johansson went in and shot it. And by the way, that's the worst goal a goalie's given up for the Leafs. You take the 4 from Murray, they weren't as bad as that one. That one went right through him. However, what in the world are we doing at the what is the whole defensive forwards doing at the blue line? Just handing it over. Get tough on the puck and win the battles. This is what's going to stop this team. This team hasn't changed. There's nothing changed. We saw it happen last year. Probably going to make the playoffs, regular season. Nothing's going to change, though, if you don't change the way you play hockey. You cannot be soft on the puck. And because they were soft on the puck, it's 2-1. I noticed straight away the crowd getting a little bit antsy because that goal shouldn't have gone in the net, in all fairness. That should have been saved. However, it's still sloppy play that leads to these goals. Just sloppy. Go to the second period. I thought the Leafs were better in the second period and, taking care of the puck. But it's still, there were a couple shifts for the Matthews line that were dominant, but nothing. There wasn't sustained pressure in the Washington zone where I went, wow, the Leafs are on top of them. I remember a couple times last year, you watched the Matthews line, you go, whoa. Like, this puck hasn't left the zone, and it ain't leaving the zone until it goes in the net, or the goalie's going to have to make an amazing save. There was a lot of just one and dones. There's a little cycling on the board, then they lose a battle, and back it went. There was not this sustained turnover, get the puck back pressure that I'm used to watching with this team, especially with that first line. Again, I thought the first line was blah. Except for a couple shifts, and one of the shifts was in the second period. It was pretty blah. At least my opinion. I wasn't overly impressed. Keep in mind, I get it, both teams are on a back-to-back. It's the beginning of the season. So maybe you don't expect crystal clear, beautiful hockey out of both teams. But goodness gracious, it was really, just boggled the mind anyways. Janrek got loose. It was a nice pass by Kerfoot. Tied it 2-2. And you're going into the third. And again, I'm thinking, okay, so I'm home now. I'm watching this live. It's 2-2 when I turn the game on. Thinking, okay, this is your chance, Leafs. Turn on the pressure, get it going, and they didn't. Now, I think that they didn't. There was a couple times where I went, okay, we're starting to get the pressure, and then penalty. Starting to get the pressure, penalty, and some of them were nicky neck. My God, there was the one on Abe Kabul, one of the hyphen dudes. It's a one-handed slap. What are you kidding me? But then I did see one on Washington that was like, I'm still waiting for the hook to happen. I didn't see it. So, okay. But it was 4 straight penalties, I believe, for Washington. Anyways, I think that really bit in the pressure. Now, I will say the penalty kill, both games, that's your bright point. That's the bright point. I like what's happened. The blocking the shots. I was harsh on Hall. I was harsh on Muzzin. Now, again, I'm one of those people that thinks Muzzin's way worse than Hall. I get it. I get why people hate Hall. I do, because I'm not a biggest fan of Hall. But I don't think Hall's a horrible 7th defenseman. I really don't. I mean, he's not going to give you anything spectacular, but he's not as disastrous as Muzzin. I mean, I think Muzzin's the worst defenseman in the NHL. Did he have a better game? Yeah, but he still made some horrible plays. Anyways, and again, let's think about this Washington team. They're pretty low. Like, Tom Wilson's not in the lineup. They got a couple, I couldn't believe Connor Brown's on their top line. Ooh, okay. However, at the end of the day, it was a good penalty kill. Everyone on the penalty kill was pretty good tonight. And I thought after that second goal, Samsonov, he still does. He's a little footsies in the crease for my liking. When I mean footsies, he's moving and he's making saves on weird angles. However, give him credit. He made the saves. He hung in there. He made some really good no rebounds, which was really important on that penalty kill. And then the third goal, if Matthews touched it, okay, let's give Matthews a goal. As far as I'm concerned, that's a bad goal. Lindgren went over him. Like, it hit him and it went over his shoulder. Like, stand up, you got this puck. At least take it. You get the bounce. And then you get into the final minutes. And again, when I saw Muzzin and Hall on, I went, crap. I know it was a 6-on-4, but geez, no. And then I saw Giordano on, and I went, oh, thank you very much. And the win happened. So, again, it's a win. it's way better than a loss. If that would have been a loss, woo-wee. Now, they play the Ottawa Senators. I'm going to get into a rant on the Ottawa Senators Saturday, I hope. But most overhyped team I've ever seen going into a season. How did they do against the Buffalo Sabres? Oh, yeah, lost 4-1. I made a really nice bet last year at the beginning of the season with this Montreal Canadiens fan that there was no way the Montreal Canadiens would make the playoffs. And I ended up making some money. I tried to get that as high as I can. I went to him this year and I said, oh, look at what you did at the draft. Fantastic. I think you made the playoffs, but he didn't buy it. And the reason he didn't buy it, one of my buddies started chuckling while I was doing it. I had a performance of all performances to try to get a bet out of him. Any Ottawa Senators fans out there? If you are, message me. I'll bet you they ain't making no playoffs. You don't make a playoffs with that defense and the goaltending that you have. You just don't. You just don't. So anyone want to take the bet, I will take the bet. Anyways, they play Ottawa on Saturday. Should be a doozy. Again, I'm probably going to be a little late on it. It happens to be my daughter's 16th birthday. So I'm going to be a little occupied during the day and the night. But I'll record the game. I'm hoping I'm not going to see it where we're going to be. But because I like watching it live versus knowing what the score is and then watching the third period live. Then you go back. It takes a little bit of the emphasis out of the game. But anyways, hope everyone enjoys the game. Perfect. I'll talk to you on Saturday. Cheers.